Poliomyelitis. It is a picoRNA virus. It has single stranded positive sense, very smaller in size, 28 to 30 nanometer in size, and non-enveloped virus also. There are spherical in shape and isosahedral symmetry. That capsid have 60 subunit. Each subunit have 4 viral protein. Viral protein 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then resistant, they stable at acidic pH, heat level 1. This one is inactivated by heating at 55 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. It having two different type of antigen, D antigen, dense antigen, C antigen, capsid antigen. Then classification based on their antigenic type classified into three different types: type 1, type 2 and type 3. Type 1 is most common one, type 2 already eradicated. Type 3 causes basin associated paralytic poliomyelitis. Then pathogenesis, that poliovirus causing agent poliomyelitis. Myelo means spinal cord, it will affect at that spinal cord. Then transmission, fecal oral route, contaminated food and a droplet infection. Fecal oral route is only most common. Then it will multiply intestinal epithelium. Then receptor CD155, it is presented in our body, help for that virus entry. That viral DNA enter to the host cell with the help of CD155 receptor. Then it will spread to CNS or spinal cord. That spinal cord is part of CNS. It having two kind of spread. First one is hematogenous spread. Second one is neutral spread. Hematogenous means spread means from lymph nodes to bloodstream. Then it will spread to blood. That virus enter to that blood name is called as viremia. Then it will reaches to spinal cord and brain. Second spread is neural spread. This virus enter to that nerves directly, especially for glossopharyngeal nerves. It will affect that motor nerves, which leads to muscle weakness and plastic paralysis. Then clinical manifestation, that incubation period 7 to 14 days, it have so many ranges. First one is inapparent infection, 96% asymptomatic only. Second one is aberrative infection, 5% patient only having minor illness. That means headache, fever, sore throat, like that. Then third one is non-paralytic poliomyelitis. Here aseptic meningitis will cause, not in paralysis. Fourth one is paralytic poliomyelitis. This one is least common, 1% only. Here site involved bulbar, spinal and pulbospinal part. Then risk factor, common in children. Then pregnant women are risk. Following heavy muscular exercise, persons undergo trauma at the time of CNS symptoms. Then tonsillectomy, that means removal of tonsil, predisposes to bulbar poliomyelitis. Then intramuscular injection increases the risk of paralysis in dye-involved limb. Then post-polio muscle atrophy symptoms, again it will come after 20 to 40 years. Then laboratory diagnosis of poliomyelitis. Here we have two different methods. First one is virus isolation. Second one is antibody detection. Virus isolation having three subheading. First one is specimen collection. We will collect that human specimen. That means within 1 week means we will collect that throat swab. Up to 6 to 8 week means we will collect that stool sample. Then transport, frozen during transport lab. Then cell line, primary monkey kidney cell line are most recommended. Then how we can identify that virus growth? Different method is there. First one is cytopathic effect, appear within 3 to 6 days. Crenation and degeneration of entire cell sheet. Second one is specific gene detection by PCR assay method. Then polymerase chain reaction. Then antibody detection. We will collect that sera 1 to 2 week intervals. Check rising that antibody titer. Both antibodies, neutralizing antibodies and complement fixing antibodies titer increases means we will find out that antibodies. Then treatment, inactive polio vaccine and oral polio vaccine.